Today, I'm working with an ingredient I've never worked with before, and we're gonna make a super quick and easy and healthy chia seed pudding. So, obviously, when you've never worked with an ingredient before, you buy the biggest bag you can find at Costco. I don't know why I was inspired to buy this giant bag of chia seeds at Costco, except for it seemed like a very great deal at about $6. And I saw a recipe recently for muffins that use chia seeds, and I wanted to make them. But I didn't probably need 3 pounds of them. But I was also pretty curious because number one, I love seeds. I love anything seeded, a seeded bread, poppy seeds, sesame seeds. And I had seen, for years people making this quick and easy chia pudding. And I kind of side-eyed that because it seemed like one of those crazy diet culture, really healthy trends that I try to stay clear of. See also cauliflower pizza crust. Hi, video editing Kerry here. I just wanted to clarify that I obviously cook with and enjoy eating plenty of nutritious foods. I dislike weird diet foods that often don't live up to the hype. But when I started thinking about it, chia seed pudding seemed like tapioca pudding, which I love. The other reason I was interested in this is because you can use chia seeds as an egg substitute, and I often cook for vegan friends who I can't use eggs for in baked goods, so this might be a good solution to that. So hopefully I will find uses for 3 pounds of chia seeds. But today we're going to try to make that pudding. So I did a bunch of research to determine sort of what ratios of liquid to chia seeds to use, and it seems like it's 4-to-1 liquid to chia seeds by volume. So I'm going to use a cup of liquid and a quarter cup of chia seeds. Now, the other cool thing about chia seed pudding is it seems like you can use an array of different milks or liquids. You could even use juice if you kind of wanted maybe like a acai bowl type of situation with the chia seeds. But you could use coconut milk and you can use almond milk. So it's a great option for people who are staying away from dairy. But I decided I kind of wanted to go as close to pudding as possible. So I'm going to use whole milk and a little bit of heavy cream to gild the lily. This is pretty healthy because chia seeds are super healthy. They have a lot of fiber, a lot of minerals, they have good fats, a lot of protein. So I figure a little bit of extra creamy cream will be okay. So it seems like a super easy recipe. It just needs a little time to set in the fridge. So let's make it now. All right. You know what? The first thing I kind of want to do is like taste these seeds raw because you can use them. Like I think maybe I'll try them in bread or something. Yeah, they really remind me of poppy seeds. They got a nice, pleasant bite to them. All right, so we're gonna put the chia seeds aside and we're gonna mix up our liquid ingredients and we're just gonna do this in a mason jar. So I'm gonna do 3/4 of a cup of whole milk and a quarter cup of heavy cream. And I'm gonna season this a little bit. So I think I'm gonna use a little bit of cinnamon. Let's go with like a 1/4 of a teaspoon because this isn't a lot of liquid. And then I want to use some vanilla because that should help make it really tasty. Let's do, I don't know, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And because almond is one of my favorite flavors ever, let's do a little almond extract. We're going to do about, I don't know, 1/4 of a teaspoon or half. And we'll just put it in and see how it is. Did I just ruin my chia pudding? I don't know. We'll see in a few hours. And then finally, we want something to sweeten it with. Now, you probably could use sugar, but I feel like using a liquid sweetener is probably better here because we're not heating it. The sugar might not dissolve. So I'm going to use maple syrup because I love it. You could probably use honey or agave here. And I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. All right. Now, I'm going to give this a good shake to shake up all of our liquid and seasoning ingredients. And then I'm going to put in a 1/4 cup of chia seeds, which is 4 tablespoons. I have a nice dry tablespoon here, so I'm just going to use that. I'm going to just drop these in. Okay. And then I'm going to give this another shake. Man, if I could have a delicious, easy pudding that really takes 3 seconds to make, that'll be awesome. And I will definitely go through this 3 pounds of chia seeds pretty quickly. All right, so I'm going to put this in the fridge and I'm going to let it sit for about 4 hours or so. And we're going to see what we have and if we like it. So see you back in a few hours. Okay, guys, it has been 4 hours since I put our pudding in the fridge. Let's take a look at what it looks like. It's definitely thickened up quite a bit, but maybe not quite as thick as a pudding, although it's almost there. I think I kind of want to see what this would look like after being refrigerated overnight. So I think what I'm going to do is put this in the fridge and check in tomorrow morning when I wake up. I will say that one thing I did was I had put this in the fridge and then I checked it about a half hour later and all of the chia seeds were at the bottom and the liquid, the milk and the cream were up here. So I took it out of the fridge and I gave it a really good stir to distribute all the chia seeds within the liquid to make sure that they would soak up evenly and that there wouldn't be any clumps. So I think that's probably something you have to do is that you get it in there, you get it going, and then, a little bit into this sort of gelling phase, give it a good stir just to make sure everything is evenly distributed. But let's give it a taste right now.
Chia.
Chia Pets, the pottery that grows. And now there's the Chia Gnome.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Chia SpongeBob. And everyone's favorite gal, Chia Hello Kitty. It's fun. Soak your chia, spread the seeds, water, and watch it grow.
Chia.
There's even Chia Alex and Chia Marty. So many Chia Pets, you can collect them all. Chia Pets, the pottery that grows.
The taste is pretty good. I would say I think maybe I should have added a little bit more sweetener. It's not quite as sweet as I want. But the texture is a lot like tapioca pudding, although there is sort of a little bit of crunchy texture right in the center of this chia seed. So if you've ever had fresh passion fruit, it's kind of like the passion fruit seed has a little bit of a liquidy sort of gel outside of the seed, and then you crunch down and there's a crunch to it. That's kind of what this is reminding me of. But definitely pleasant. I mean, I thought that maybe I ruined it by putting too much almond extract, but generally for me, you can never have too much almond extract. I'm sure you could, but I just like a lot of it. So I like that almondy flavor and I like this a lot. But I do want to see if it will get thicker. So I'm going to go ahead, put this in the fridge, check in with you tomorrow when I wake up and see how much thicker this chia pudding gets if we let it sit overnight. Good morning, friends. I got my iced coffee. Now let's dig into our chia pudding and see if it got real thick overnight. Oh, yeah, that really got a lot thicker overnight. So yesterday afternoon when I checked after about 4 hours, this pudding was maybe the consistency of a really thick smoothie. This is definitely more like a pudding now. It's more like tapioca. let's give it a try. I'm just going to make a little bowl for myself. I'm going to share this with Sean after I'm done filming. And I'm going to add something to give it a little crunch. So I have these toasted cashews that I used for a recipe the other day. So I'm just going to toss those in. If I was not being lazy, I feel like some toasted coconut would be really good here. And I don't have any fruits, but I feel like also maybe some tropical fruits like some diced mango and diced pineapple would be delicious. But this is what I got. All right. You know what? Remember yesterday afternoon? Of course you did, because you just watched it. But when I said that the chia seeds had a little bit of sort of bite left to the center of them, they definitely don't now. I mean, this is 100% tapioca pudding at this point. Like, the chia has swelled and taken in all the liquid, and they're totally soft. I did yesterday add 1 more tablespoon of maple syrup, which I don't know if I can taste. This is just not that sweet, and I'm not sure why, because that's a lot of maple syrup. But I think it's fine that this isn't sweet, because I do think that you're probably going to want to add some sweet fruit and, I don't know, some caramel maybe, or lemon curd. Like, you could add sweet things to this to bring it up. I also would really love to try this with coconut milk and make like a tropical version. That's what it's screaming out to me. Some coconut milk, some pineapple, mango, and a little bit of toasted coconut, I think would be delicious. I think I would definitely eat this again. So that's good, because I got 3 pounds of it. But yeah, it's super tasty. Now, it was very easy to make, right? So with a tapioca pudding, you have to kind of stir. It actually takes quite a while to cook the tapioca into pudding. With this, we just shook it up, and then I gave it a stir about 20 minutes in and let it sit. But the downside with this is it did take, you definitely want to let this sit overnight to get to the right consistency. So there you have it, a super easy chia pudding that takes no time to prepare. It takes a little time in the fridge, but this is a great meal prep option. You could make a bunch of puddings ahead of time and have them all week. And I think this would actually be a really good replacement for oatmeal, because it does have a lot of really great fiber, a lot of good vitamins and minerals in it. And you could add some good fruit. So I think that if you're getting bored of oatmeal, this is a great alternative to that. So I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Click subscribe and that little bell button to be alerted when I launch a new video. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Now go have some fun in the kitchen and try an ingredient you've never used before.